Today, in honor of Harry Potter's birthday, I'm going to show you how to create treacle tarts. The things you will need to either make our mini treacle tart tartlets or full-size tart is a half a cup of Lyle's golden syrup, a quarter cup of either half and half or heavy whipping cream, 1 full lemon for the zest as well as the juice, 1 tablespoon of molasses, 1 tablespoon of melted butter, 1 egg, a quarter cup of panko breadcrumbs, as well as either the mini tart shells or the pie crust for a full-size pie tart. Things that will also assist while we are making these is a mixing bowl, a whisk, a scoop, assorted sizes of tablespoons, half cups, full cups, etc., a zester, as well as a pie pan. Let's get started. Okay, so to get started, we're going to go ahead and get our mixing bowl, and then I have doubled all of the ingredients just because I'm going to show you how to make the actual tart as well as the mini tartlets. So the first thing we're going to do is add our Lyle's golden syrup, and again, that's a half a cup, but I'm doing 1 cup since I'm doubling it. And this entire recipe I have made soy-free because my sister's allergic to soy, and she's the one who really first tinkered with this recipe to get it where it is now. It's how we decided we liked the amount of lemon that's in there and all of that. So we made these for my niece's 11th birthday party, and they were a huge hit. I can understand why they were Harry's favorite dessert. Okay. And then we're going to add our heavy whipping cream. And again, you could use half and half as well, but this is another thing that we just decided that we liked the consistency you got with the heavy whipping cream versus just the half and half. Okay, and then we're going to add the zest and juice of 1 full lemon. And again, I'm doing the zest and juice of 2 lemons because I'm doubling this recipe. And then we will need molasses. And again, because I'm doubling this, I'll be putting 2 tablespoons in, but normally it would just be 1 for a single batch. And if you're able to, you can also substitute this molasses for black treacle. It's not readily available here in the States, but I know definitely over in the UK you can get black treacle. But you can always use molasses in its place, which is what we're doing today. Then we're going to add our melted butter. And I will have this full recipe listed out in the description down below. Okay, and then we're going to need our egg. And again, I have 2 because it's doubled. And I'm just going to give this a little bit of a mixing just so then that way they'll incorporate a little easier. And finally, we will add our breadcrumbs and mix. And if you don't have a whisk, you can definitely mix this with a fork. You just want something that's going to allow the breadcrumbs and our thick syrups to be able to be combined completely with the other wet ingredients. Okay, so once this is completely mixed, we're going to go ahead and just let this sit while we prepare our pie crust and our mini tart shells so that it allows the panko breadcrumbs to kind of absorb the rest of the ingredients, which gives it a better consistency when it's all complete. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and prepare our full-size pie crust. Again, this is completely optional. You could use a pre-made pie crust if you want, or you can just make the little tarts like I'm going to show you as well. But all I'm going to do is roll out my pre-made pie crust and put it in here, and while I'm doing this, I'm preheating my oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 190 degrees Celsius. And now that we have our pie crust prepared, we're going to go ahead and lay out our mini tarts. When I'm making the mini tarts or even the full tart, I like to cover my cookie sheet in either a full layer of foil or parchment paper, just in case the treacle tart filling decides to bubble over. It doesn't get stuck on your cookie sheet because it is pretty sticky and you don't want that to get on there and burn so that you can't actually get it off. And for the tarts, I actually picked these mini tart shells up at Walmart. They were about $4. These are Sam's Choice. You may be able to find these at Sam's Club. I'm not sure. But these are pre-made. And so you actually wouldn't have to bake them if it's a filling that doesn't need to be baked. So it would be great for a no-bake cheesecake or something like that as well. But this has 8 tart shells in here, and they're 3 inches each. And I find that one of the batches of the treacle tart actually covers 16 of these. So it's a perfect size. And then we're just going to lay them out on our pan. And now that all of our pie tarts are laid on our pan, we are just going to use our scoop to fill them up. And once I have filled all of my mini tart shells, I then use the rest of my batter to fill my pie crust. And now we're going to pop these in our 375-degree Fahrenheit oven, and I'm going to bake the tarts for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to check them to make sure that the center is bubbly and starting to get a little brown. And then I'll be baking the pie for at least 30 minutes to 35 minutes, and then checking it from there to see if it needs to go a little longer. Again, you're looking for that bubbly golden brown center. And I have now baked my tarts for about 20 minutes, and as you can see, they are nice and bubbly on the top, so we're going to go ahead and pull these out. And now that the pie has cooked for about 35-40 minutes, we're going to go ahead and pull it out. And now that it's out of the oven, we're going to go ahead and let it cool on a drying rack. And once your tart or tartlets have come out of the oven and you've let them cool in a cooling rack, they're all set and they are ready to eat. I prefer to eat these warm, but you could definitely eat them cold as well. And they're really great paired with whipped cream or vanilla ice cream. And yes, my tart looks a little bit like Hagrid might have made it for Harry, but that's okay. It's going to taste the same regardless. So if you guys like this video, give me the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and we will catch you guys later. Thanks so much.